Social casinos, you're in for a treat. Most online casinos offer bonus cash or coins just for signing up. That's your own little participation trophy. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rhythm. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on Sports.
And welcome in. It's in-game live game day on a wonderful Wednesday evening. Scott Wetzel, Day Sharapan for the next 2 glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern time, watching, betting on the world of sports. And a little bit more tonight, as we always do offer you. NBA, NHL, college basketball, SGP, Black Clouds, top 5 trends, climbing Mount Everest, and who knows what else we'll get into over the next 2 glorious hours here. Jeff Dawson, EastCoastSportsInvestors.com, Mark Zitto, and Cam Stewart joining us as well this evening. What's going on, Dave? How are you tonight?
Boy, I'm great. After yesterday's show, we've had an unbelievable week of shows so far this week. And, Johnny Roast Beef got us yesterday with a show the love tweet. If you guys are watching the show and you come up with something good, we can try to get you on the show. So tag at Opposite Picks, at SportsBK and Sig, and tag SportsGrid. We'll try to get it up. If it's funny, if it's good, it makes us laugh. It makes us, have a good bet. We had a couple good bets yesterday. That was good. It's basketball coming to a little bit of a crescendo weekend here with, March Madness. NBA, we'll find something to talk about today. There's a couple good games that are, getting ready to start or just started. And then tonight, a couple good ones. It's only 4 hockey games, but I wore the Ducks stuff tonight because the Ducks are playing the Bruins. And how do you not pick against the Bruins? That seems to be pretty obvious right now. So we'll have all these plays. You at the beach house. And, by the way, opening day baseball season tomorrow. Yes, sir.
How about that?
Yes,
Bunch of afternoon games tomorrow afternoon. Yeah,
yes, sir.
It's finally here. It is finally here. So I'd be interested to see how many, just some of the ratings, just some of the interest. Is it NCAA basketball tomorrow night, or is it baseball? Maybe a combination of both, right? You flip back and forth. So we do have 2 hockey games, and one of them has a trend which is going bad, but that's actually good because I haven't given you the trend yet. You get a better number right now. So why don't we hop into our top 5 trends for the evening? Last night went 2 and 3. Actually thought we went 3 and 2, but Vegas scored another goal. So that Vegas-Minnesota one went over 5.5. So 2 and 3 on some of these trends, not too bad. So as far as tonight's concerned, that's the main thing, right? Top 5 trends that I was able to find. Not that many games, so the trends aren't like over the top. But how about NBA? Forget about who's playing, who's not playing, because who knows in the NBA. But Milwaukee 6-2 against the spread their last 8 games. Denver 3-10 against the spread their last 13. So whether Giannis plays or not, and he's not going to, we don't know Lillard's not. But Milwaukee plus 10.5, 11 is the trend play.
Okay.
Boston. How about Boston? My Bruins taking on Anaheim. You said it, Dave. Bruins have lost 6 in a row. They're 3-14 their last 17 games.
Oh.
And for whatever reason, that's like, okay, how about this? How about the Mighty Ducks, who have been awful over the last, 3-4 years, right? They're actually 13-6 their last 19 against Boston. So trend play, Anaheim, right? Minus 125, 135 or so against the Bruins. Kind of weird that one.
Wise man once said, winners bet on streaks, losers bet against streaks. I've heard that repeatedly.
Somewhere.
Can't quite place where and who has said that, but a very wise man said it, and I believe it. You got to bet against the Bruins. So that's a good super trend. What else you got?
Yep. How about the Chicago 8-1 over their last 9 home games? Now, this one is underway as well, and unfortunately, it is 2-1 already. So right now, the number is 7.5, but it's in the first period. You got 3 goals already. It was 5.5, 6 to start anyway, so you can still play that. I think at 7.5 isn't a bad little play. Maybe wait till the end of the first period to get it back down to maybe 6.5, but over. 5.5 New Jersey, Chicago would have been the play. Later on tonight, Edmonton, great game against Dallas, right? Even though you don't have Connor McDavid or Leon Draisaitl, more than likely. Edmonton 7-1 over their last 8 games. So, again, you throw out who's playing, who's not playing. This is just about the trends. Trend says over 5.5 Dallas, Edmonton. And then last one, this is the best one of all. And this is the one that's not going well, so it's going to help you. Vancouver against the New York Islanders, Dave. Everything, and when I mean everything points to the over here. How about the series? Last 9 meetings between these two teams, 9-0 over. How about Vancouver on a 7-1 over run their last 8 games? How about the Islanders on a 5-0 over run their last 5 games? Also 4-1 over last 5 at home. I mean, everything. Vancouver 6-0 over their last 6 road games. I mean, you can't find an under trend here. So I will say no score. About 4 minutes left to go in the first period. And the number now is 4.5. So over 4.5 is the trend play for sure.
All right. Plus money. It is right now.
Yep.
It's not going to be if this continues to stay scoreless. So, actually it's moving towards the minus. So the plus is going to get bigger the longer it stays scoreless. I kind of like that one. The one I would go against, though, tonight is the over in the Dallas and Edmonton game. I feel like we're going to get more of a playoff-style game there. So that one I would actually think, for me personally, under. Now, we show these super trends. You guys watching the show and girls watching the show, you decide whatever you want to do.
Right.
We're just trying to give you the information. Not saying one is definitely this way, only way to bet it. Second period over in that Vancouver and Islander game. If we stay scoreless like this, the second period will have over 1.5 goals, which will probably be what the number will be. So we'll get 2 goals in the second period. That's another way to bet it. I like the super trends. I mean, did you watch Super Friends when you were a kid? That was a staple for me on Saturday mornings, the Super Friends.
It sounds familiar. What was, tell me what it was about.
Superman was the Justice League guy. He was in charge of everything. Wonder Woman, Batman, The Flash, the Green Arrow.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch that. I remember that.
What's the name of the cartoon on Saturday mornings? You didn't watch it?
Yeah. I watched Batman. I watched the Green Hornet. I watched all the others separately. I didn't need them all together in a party. If I wanted the party, I'll go to a party. Just stay in your lane. Kind of one of those things.
Super.
I didn't really need them all together.
Unbelievable. I don't even know. All right.
And that was a cartoon too, was it not? It was a cartoon,
yes.
So I like them as real life. I like I watched the other ones like the Green Hornet and Superman and Batman. With who was the
Adam West? Adam West.
Adam West. Yeah, he was right.
Burgess Meredith was the Penguin, and boys and
Mr.
girls, they used
Freeze.
to have real people do these, shows and dress up in costume before the cartoons. Like, Wetzel, nobody knows what you're talking about right now.
Yeah,
Everybody,
I know.
I mean, it's animation and stuff now. So I get it. That's fine. Saturday mornings was a staple for me with cartoons. Were you not a big cartoon guy? Not a Bugs Bunny guy? None of that stuff?
Oh,
okay.
no. Yeah, I was. Yeah. Just not with those guys, but with the Bugs Bunny, Wacky Races. Remember that one? Wacky Races? That was maybe even before your time, Wacky Races.
I don't remember that one.
It was like a NASCAR thing where all these goofy characters, like, would get in races and they'd all crash and stuff. Yeah, that was pretty good. Google that, Wacky Races.
I'm going to have to look that one up.
Yeah, that one you're going to have to Google. Okay. That one, I'm surprised that one came to my mind, but I remember that now. So, got some NBA tonight. We got some college basketball, and we got the climbing Mount Everest we're going to get to here, and a little NHL. So not a bad little night. We got plenty of stuff to be making a couple shekels on before the night is through. More coming up. Game Live, Game Day.
So my team didn't win this weekend, but I still did with this app that's taking over the game. Sports Millions Pick'em lets you make quick and easy predictions. Pick your favorite players, go higher or lower, and you can still win big even if your team loses. Plus, the multiplier is insane. With just a few picks, you can win big money. So get on it. They've got a welcome bonus to help you start off your winning streak.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back. It is In-Game Live Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Dave, hour number one. We got NBA, little NHL, baseball tomorrow. We'll run down some of the props and some of the predictions for the upcoming baseball season. And, of course, take a peek, since Dave and I won't be on tomorrow night, the NCAA lines, and maybe throw some winners out, some thoughts on the NCAA tournament as well, Dave. So, no score, Vancouver Islanders, as they close out the first period. Minute left. Now it's down to 3.5, and it's not even juiced. Minus 115. Well, I tell you, that's weird, because it said all over it. And it didn't take them long to go from 5.5 to 3.5. You're still in the first period, Dave. And it's not like 3.5 minus 150 or 160. I mean, they're not expecting any goals in this game. This is very strange.
It's like a soccer game. There's 10 shots on goal for the Islanders, only four shots on goal for the Vancouver Canucks in the first period, with less than a minute to go. I don't understand how you only get 4 shots on goal in the modern day NHL in a period, but that is some lockdown defense being played by the Islanders tonight. Hits are 10-7. No power plays for either team in the first period. That's unusual as well. So we got one of those games where, there ain't even been that many faceoffs. They must not even play many whistles. So I still think the second period goes over, though. We'll keep an eye on that. Vincenzo, we need the goal horn when we get a goal in this game. This is very important news. So we'll keep an eye on it. Vancouver and the Islanders. That's the first one. We'll keep an eye on that. Yeah.
Devils against Chicago. Anything on that one? 2-1 New Jersey, minus 480. It's tough to bet that. Unless you want to take the Hawks at plus 330. Over-under is now 6.5, but it's minus 2-1, so it's basically 7-1 after one. Devils coming in 1-4 their last 5. We know the Blackhawks stink. 1-7 their last 8 games. Thought they turned it around there a little bit, but it's back to losing for Chicago. So 8-1 over is the trend there. That we gave out earlier. So you may want to play the over, but again, at 6.5, minus 2-1. You may have to wait a little bit on that one. But any thoughts, Devils and Blackhawks?
If you don't get any goals in the first couple minutes of that period, the 6.5 will get very affordable. It'll go down to about minus 140, 150. That might be time to jump in if you want to stick with that trend. The way the Devils have gone recently, they're probably going to give up another goal, if not 2. Final score of this game, to me, has 5-3 written all over it. So that's where we'll sit right now. Devils, an absurd minus 550. Scott, we talked about this yesterday. Yeah, minus 550 on a hockey game with 2 periods to go with a 1-goal lead. That is just incredible. I don't know how they come up with the numbers. I sat and did the numbers. I wouldn't have it minus 550, but that's what they got.
Game of the night, unfortunately, McDavid and Draisaitl won't be playing, but Dallas versus Edmonton. Dallas minus 138. I don't think they would be a favorite on the road if those 2 guys were playing. I did look it up, and I don't have the number, excuse me, of what Edmonton is when both those guys don't play. But Edmonton without McDavid playing, 25-38. And then Edmonton without Draisaitl playing, 23-41. Now, a combined 17 of those losses were in overtime or in a shootout, but still, they lost the game. So they're even worse without Draisaitl than they are without McDavid. So that's why they're a decent little underdog at home.
One of the situations where the numbers probably both side and total drastically different if those guys are playing. So them not playing, you make Dallas the favorite. The steam has come on Dallas. They're favored on the road. The total goes from an initial probably number of 6.5 with the juice under to 6, or 5.5 with the juice over. Now, if you're playing this game tonight, would you rather have the 6.5 with the juice under, or the 5.5 with the juice over? If we were going to, want to need a side, which would you rather have? I like the over, so give me the 5.5 and lay a little bit of extra juice. Where are you at with this game, total-wise?
I would probably go under. So give me I'll lay the extra juice, win less money. If you have a problem laying, the odds, just.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. I like under too. I like under. Right. I liked under even the 6.5. I was thinking. I would take the better number under.
Yeah, you could take it at 5.5. Yeah, either way, you want 5.5 plus money or 6.5 laying odds.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have 6.5 laying odds because the final score of this game could be 4-2.
4-2. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the number for me. The number's 6, but some books, insist on using a half number all the time, even on the hockey totals.
FanDuel.
Which again, I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait till we get to the playoffs, and because I think there's some real advantages. I think a lot of games are going to fall 5, and some books are going to have to make decisions about using a 5. Up till now, they don't really have to in the regular season. But yeah, I'd rather go under 6.5 and lay a little extra juice because that leaves a 6 in play. Although if we don't get a goal early, then you get the 5.5 and you get the under with the big juice.
Right. My Bruins, we talked about it. You got Anaheim on. I didn't know you had an Anaheim by the Ducks one. That's very nice. I don't know if I've seen that one before. Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, they're pretty sharp, right? Bruins are just awful. 3-14.
Oh.
They're actually, they have a shot, because no one wants that last final playoff spot in the East, but 3-14 their last 17. They've lost 6 in a row, 1-6 their last 7 road games. And we gave you the trends earlier. For whatever reason, even when they've been good, they don't beat Anaheim. Go figure. Anaheim 13-6 their last 19 games against the Bruins, including 8-4 at home. So if they couldn't beat them when they were good, I don't know how Boston's going to beat Anaheim in their bad. I mean, who wants to lay odds with Anaheim? But I mean, trends say it's going to be the Ducks tonight.
1-6 last 7 road games for the Bruins is enough to overcome the 3-6-1 trend for me for the Ducks in their last 10. It's hard to make a number on this game. Somebody's got to be favored. You could put it at -110, -115 maybe, and you get to get bets on the Ducks. I like the Ducks. Ducks, birds together, fly together. What is it?
2 birds in a hand or 3 birds in a bush or something goofy like that.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They are a street ball team. They remind me of an and one team, right?
Yeah.
They are street ball fast, park fast, playing in the hood. They are no joke, McNeese.
Yeah.
They can beat anybody. They won 27 games as well for a reason.
It's a bracket. You trust the team to make a run. Feels good until it doesn't. And that's didn't feel good for all that long with Kansas.
Only on SportsGrid. That magical time of the year when everyone suddenly becomes a basketball expert. Highlight watching, mascot picking, bracket stressing. Sound familiar? Skip the guesswork with Bracket Central. Real expert picks, trusted analysis, and zero stress. Because choosing teams by mascot cuteness isn't exactly a winning strategy. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of thoughts.
15.5-point live line.
Beyond SportsGrid.
And welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Hour number 124 past the hour. You know what time it is. Time for a little SGP same game parlay time. All right, we came actually about that close from hitting last night with our SGP. We started out well. We were getting Utah day plus 10.5. They had a 14-point lead, which means we were up 24.5 for goodness sakes. and they didn't even come close to covering that. Wow. You talk about a team turning it on second half.
Bad second half for our team. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah,
Not good. But
was
that's
bad.
okay.
So,
Tonight's another
that's
night.
right.
And
there you go.
You know, you're going to the ice tonight for this? You got on the ice tonight.
Yeah, I hate to do it, but it kind of coincides with what you're wearing there. Anaheim versus the Boston Bruins. You know, we talked about the trends. I mean, the Bruins are just playing awful hockey. 3-14, last 17. Like I said, 6 in a row. Awful on the road. No reason not to go against them. So let's start with Anaheim minus the 134. I will use Pastrnak to get 1 point. That is the one that's going to be like, because they don't really score that much. But I don't want to go goal. But I'm thinking maybe they'll get at least a goal and get him a point, minus 260. And then Frank Petrano, we'll use him for Anaheim. He's one of their better players. He's going to get a point. That was even money. I was surprised about that. And then 3 shots on goal, which is what he averages, a little bit higher than that. So we're getting plus odds 105 on that. And, you know, I didn't want to fool around with the over-under. I do like the under a little bit, but I need the Pastrnak goal, so I don't, or point, so I didn't want to screw around with that. It's paying 6.5 to 1. I think we turned a minus 134 favorite into a 6.5 to 1 payout if we can get Pastrnak to get 1 point. So I think Vetrano will come through for us.
I hope he does. I mean, that shots on goal prop, you always roll the dice with that one. That one that makes me nervous, right? And that's plus 105, so that's not really favored to happen, but that's okay. We could get there. I like the Ducks tonight. Birds of a feather flock together. That's the saying. Forget about the birds in the hand and the 6 in the bush.
What's the birds in the hand? 2 birds in the hand was worth 1 in the bush or something goofy like that?
That's the other one, but they didn't say that one in the movie. That's right. You know, the Flying V, the Mighty Ducks movie, Goldberg the goalie. When you see this jersey, though, who do you think of? When you see this Ducks jersey, who do you think of? I think of one guy. When I see the first, this was like their first Ducks jersey. Yeah, I see one guy, number 9, Paul Correa. Paul Correa.
There you go.
Huh?
There you go.
Yeah.
I was thinking the movie. I thought you were meant about the movie.
Oh, no. On the ice. A real Mighty Duck. When they first started in the league, it was him. Or do you remember the goalie's name? It was the French guy. Jean Giguère.
Oh, yeah. Giguère. Yeah. The triple G's there. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. They were actually pretty good. It's hard to imagine.
Very good.
But they were good at one point. It's been a little while, but they dropped the Mighty. I don't think they've had a winning season since they officially dropped the Mighty for some goofy reason. Coincidence?
Do you like the Mighty, though? I mean, do we need the Mighty? We don't need the Mighty for the movie.
Is the duck gonna really kind of scare you? But a Mighty Duck, you get a psycho duck. Yeah, you never know.
Don't start besmirching the foul. All right, Ducks, good hockey team. Penguins, good hockey team. I mean, I don't need no powerful Penguins or any of that stuff. Come on, please.
You know what?
Leave the birds alone.
Pittsburgh powerful Penguins.
Too many P's. That's too many P's.
You put that on a jersey, that'll sell. Powerful Penguins? Yeah. That will
stick
sell.
To the same game parlays. You're not doing the marketing. We're canceling the meeting. You can't come.
P, think about the triple P, the Pittsburgh powerful Penguins. So what kind of jerseys could you come up with that? What is it with P, by the way? You got the Pittsburgh Pirates. You got the Penn State Lions. You got Philadelphia. Is there any other letter in the state of Pennsylvania besides P?
Think about that.
Allentown.
I mean, there's cities that don't begin with a P. Yeah,
yes,
but like the professional teams,
the Allentown something.
Well, the Steelers are not a P. The Eagles are not a P.
That's true.
Huh?
That's Philadelphia, though. You already got the P in Philadelphia.
Oh.
Yeah, Steelers are the only one. That's there you go. That's a good one. Penn State.
Dawson next.
Yep.
two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They are a street ball team. They remind me of an and one team, right?
Yeah.
They are street ball fast, park fast, playing in the hood. They are no joke, McNeese.
Yeah.
They can beat anybody. They won 27 games as well for a reason.
It's a bracket. You trust the team to make a run. Feels good until it doesn't. And that's didn't feel good for all that long with Kansas.
Only on SportsGrid. That magical time of the year when everyone suddenly becomes a basketball expert. Highlight watching, mascot picking, bracket stressing. Sound familiar? Skip the guesswork with Bracket Central. Real expert picks, trusted analysis, and zero stress. Because choosing teams by mascot cuteness isn't exactly a winning strategy. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of thoughts.
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. It is in-game live game day here on the grid. Hour number one, Scott and Dave until 10 p.m. Eastern time. Looking at the little NHL, little NBA, some college basketball, baseball tomorrow. We got the NCAA tournament tomorrow resuming as well. So a lot to put a couple of shekels on to help us in the right direction. Our good buddy Jeff Dawson, EastCoastSportsInvestors.com is his website, EastCoastSportsInvestors.com. What's going on, Jeff? How are you tonight, bud?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep. It's the year of the Red Sox. We're back.
Oh, I know.
I'm super stoked. We get to open up against our old friend Nate Eovaldi, Crochet versus Eovaldi tomorrow afternoon. The first of four in Texas. And then I think we go to Baltimore. We'll be back home in April to open up against St. Louis. But expectations real high, Scott and David.
Yeah, let's focus a little bit on tonight and tomorrow with the basketball, please, before we get to the Red Sox propaganda that I knew was coming anyway. I have it on my list of things to talk about. First and foremost, big hockey game tonight. No, not the Ducks and the Bruins. That's not a big game for anybody other than Scott's Save Game Parlay. It's the Stars and the Oilers, but the Oilers guys are out, the big names apparently. What do you like in this one? Side total, team total? What do you got, JD?
Overnight, I saw the Stars minus 160, and I had to refresh the page. I'm like, wait a minute. This is in Edmonton. And then woke up this morning, still 160 overnight. The opening line 140. There is some money trickling in on the Oilers. As you said, 5 guys out. Of course, Mr. McDavid is out as well. I'm not going to lay the juice. I'm not going to play regulation. I like the Stars, though, to win this game. Opened up 5.5, now a 6. I'm going to take the plus 110 or 115. Stars team total over 3.5. Get that 3-2 lead late, an empty netter. We'll get to 4. We'll cash the ticket, and we'll move on, guys.
All right. We got two main things tomorrow. Obviously, baseball starting, as we talked about. NCAA tournament, the 4-day window is over. Sweet 16 is underway. First game is at 7 o'clock and then 7:30 and so on. So we got Florida, Maryland. Maryland barely surviving, Jeff. Buzzer beater. Did he travel? Didn't he travel? Who cares at this point? Gators laying 6.5, over under 156.5. How you attacking this one?
As you guys know, for me, for a long, long time, bet on Maryland, and they are the Twerps. Bet against Maryland, and they are the Terps. And listen, their first five on the court, they can match up with anyone. Great win against Colorado State. We have some futures on Florida. Before the tournament started, we had Florida cutting the nets down. They got a scare from my UConn Huskies. UConn played with them for 36 and a half minutes, ran out of gas. Great matchup here. Opened at 5, now 6, with a 157. I think we're going to see that Florida offense come back, the one that was putting up 90s, low hundreds. I'd like them to get over 81 and a half here. I think it'll be a close first half. I think Florida will lean on them in the second half. Hopefully that last 3-4 minutes, you're getting that every other possession of the foul line. But I in all the trying to break this game down and get into it, guys, Florida team total over 81 and a half.
All right, advance to Friday because there's a game involving another Big Ten team, Michigan, who a lot of people might be questioning whether they should be in this game or not, against Auburn, who everybody knows is the 1 seed in the region and can score and can run, and the SEC, it just means more, blah, 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 blah. It's the second highest spread of the 2-day session. Duke's favored by 9.5 against Arizona. There it is. Auburn minus 8.5 against Michigan. Side total here, JD. What do you got?
Again, I'm going to use the same thought process for this game here. Auburn opened up 8 with a 151. Now is a 9 minus 15 cents. Next move to a 9.5. And the total is now ballooned to 154. I don't think we've seen that real Auburn team yet. They lost 4 out of the last 5 in the regular season. They didn't really flex their muscles. They just found a way to get through the first weekend. Now you get 4 more days of rest. I think you're going to see the true Auburn team come out. As for Michigan, great run this year. Dusty May, hell of a coach, guys. I think they can run with these guys. I really do. I think the pace is going to be fast. But at the end, like I said in the Florida game, I think you're going to have an Auburn team playing from ahead. And especially that last 4 or 5 minutes, you're probably going to get potentially a lot of foul shots. So I think, again, the safest way to get involved in this game is the Auburn team total over the 81.5.
All right, Friday night, we got the old bailout special, 10 o'clock game, Houston and Purdue. Houston laying 7.5, over under 132.5, Jeff.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people really think Houston got hosed in this. That they're traveling over 1,000 miles, and they're a 1 seed. And here is Purdue playing 66 miles away from their home court. And this Purdue team, no one expected anything, and they've really played great ball in the first weekend. Now they got to face Houston. Opened at 8 with a 133.5. Now 8 down to a 132. I even see some 131.5s. I think the exact opposite here. I think Purdue's going to have a hard time scoring. I think Houston will lock down on defense. They'll play their style of ball. And I got Purdue team total under the 62.5. I think they'll have a hard time getting to 60. I think they'll be scoring in the mid to high 50s. And Houston will move on to the Elite Eight.
All right, let's get in the Flying V. The Mighty Ducks are actually minus money favorites tonight for real money. That never really happens. They're playing the Boston Bruins, the team in your neighborhood. The Bruins are toast, are they not? The Ducks are going to win tonight, are they not?
Listen, the Bruins waved the white flag. The trading deadline, they ripped the heart out. Marchand, Carlo, the core is gone. And I don't think Sweeney and probably Cam Neely survived this. The last game of the road trip, there's trouble. The defenseman has now left the building who was chastising Swayman. He, quote unquote, has some family issues. They basically told him to tone it down and why don't you go back home right now? So there's trouble in paradise. Now, last game of a road trip out west, we know you usually mail this in, but you guys have been around here long enough here. I mean, you're seeing the Ducks here that opened up minus 110 are now steamed to minus 134 at the Circa with Mr. Benson and Derek. So I think Dave and Scott, unfortunately, there's only one side that you could play in this game for me, and that would be the Bruins or nothing, because I'm not running to the window.
Homer
if you
pick.
guys bet,
That's
I'm
a
just
homer
saying,
pick.
I'm not laying 132 on the Anaheim Ducks. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of homer picks, then we'll throw the Celtic game out. Listen, they're not going. I don't understand this, Jeff, and I'm the loudest guy as far as these guys sitting when they shouldn't be sitting. If they're healthy, they should be playing, right? But Boston's not catching Cleveland. They're 7-up on the third place New York Knicks. They got a banged up a little bit Jason Tatum with an ankle injury, and he's questionable, which means he actually might play Boston versus Phoenix tonight. They're a 6-point favorite. I think they're assuming he is going to play with that line. It did bump up from 4.5, but your thoughts on the Celtics tonight?
Yeah, the locals are kind of dumbfounded as well, because when you saw the injury and you saw him go down, the first thing you thought is he's done for the rest of the regular season, and we're hoping he's ready for the playoffs. This team is cooking with Crisco. Maybe they just loosen him up, see how he looks in the first quarter, maybe plays the first half. The line does dictate that he is going to play. Currently right now, a 5.5 with the 222 at Circa. So again, they're telling us the Celtics win. So be careful.
Yeah. Jeff, great job. Check out his website. We'll do it again soon. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, guys.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
They are a street ball team. They remind me of an and one team, right?
Yeah.
They are street ball fast, park fast, playing in the hood. They are no joke, McNeese.
Yeah.
They can beat anybody. They won 27 games as well for a reason.
It's a bracket. You trust the team to make a run. Feels good until it doesn't. And that's didn't feel good for all that long with Kansas.
Only on SportsGrid. That magical time of the year when everyone suddenly becomes a basketball expert. Highlight watching, mascot picking, bracket stressing. Sound familiar? Skip the guesswork with Bracket Central. Real expert picks, trusted analysis, and zero stress. Because choosing teams by mascot cuteness isn't exactly a winning strategy. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of thoughts.
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
And welcome back. It is in-game live game day here on the grid. Thanks again, Jeff Dawson. EastCoastSportsInvestors.com is his website. Joins us all the time here on the grid. So do appreciate a couple of insights from him. Decent little night here. We got a little NBA, little NHL. We got some college basketball stuff. And obviously we got the NCAA tournament that Dave and I will delve into a little bit. And the start of Major League Baseball. Got some team over-unders that we could take a peek at. And FanDuel's offering some goofy bets that I always enjoy. 50, 60, 250 to 1 on some of these
Here we go.
payouts that you
boy.
never know. You never know. And don't forget, we're still Lakers are in action tonight. They're up 13, Dave, at the half. So we're on a little Bronny watch here. Hopefully they can continue this pace, and we get Bronny to get the 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. We need, 22 more points for him to get to 75. He's got 52, so 23 more points. 50 to 1 ticket. That's what we're holding on to there. So, how about that? Ooh, look at this. Look at this. NHL, second period. Exactly. Islanders won. We got 2.
Man.
Beautiful. Bam.
Things are looking good. I was looking at the other game in the NHL. The Devils are up 3-2 with 11 and a half minutes to go in the second period. So we're on pace for that over. The total is now 8.5. So we said to play, maybe take the 7.5 with the, with the juice over, the 6.5 for sure over. We're back on pace for that. That's good. We needed that. Was there a power play goal in that one? Wow. A shorthanded goal and a power play goal, 2 power play goals. Okay, so that's good. And Vancouver and the Islanders, those were a shorthanded, unassisted goal and an even strength goal. So that's good. And that totals back up to 5.5. Who cares? That's great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You got to get that first goal. I don't know why, but getting that first goal just kind of eases the tension, I guess, and just kind of opens it up a little bit. So,
yeah.
And what'd you say? You said it, Dave, right? 1.5, over 1.5. Islanders, Canucks, second period. Boom.
Yeah.
Less than 6 minutes in. Got it already.
The long change, I don't remember it being such a problem when I played, but the long change in the second period, the NHL, leads to more goals, leads to shorthanded goals on power plays and stuff. But a 6-0 overrun for road games for the Canucks there, and 4-1 to the over in the last 5 for the Islanders. We're all back on pace. So that's good, boys. Keep that goal horn handy, Vinny. Appreciate you doing that, sir. NBA, the Lakers, like you said, are up 13. The Clippers and the Knicks, 2-point game. What? Is that a 1-point game? Hold on. 55-54 at halftime. Any thoughts on that one? I like the Clippers before the game. I think I still like the Clippers. I haven't seen 1 second of the game, though.
Really? I didn't know why the Clippers were 4.5-point road favorites. I know Brunson's not playing. I thought Cat wasn't playing either. And I looked at Roto-World all day, and they said these guys are playing, and they are playing. You got Bridges in there. You got Cat in there. I mean, I don't know why they would be 4.5-point home underdogs. I know the Clippers have been playing great basketball, but all that's basically been at home. They're awful on the road. They're great at home. I took the Knicks plus 4.5. They're up 1, 55-54. The number now is still 2.5. Now you're basically got to win the game. 4.5 you could lose, but I still like them at 2.5. I think they do win the game. I would take them on the money line plus 142. I mean, I don't know why. Why did you like the Clippers? Because I thought that line was funky.
The Clippers' power ratings being adjusted. I mean, they're literally healthy for the first time they've been all season. And with them being healthy like this, a lot of guys are still in the business. And friends of mine, I told you I was out Saturday night with a bunch of odds makers. And, when we get together, we just start talking about numbers. And it's just inherent because we've been doing it for so long that the conversations lead to this. And everybody said, watch the Clippers in the next couple games. Now, they had a big game Sunday against OKC that they were at home for and lost. And we had hoped that they would win that game. But then they said the road trip, watch, Clippers will win a couple games on the road. So I think there might be some inherent bias making them a slight favorite, but I think there's, bad guys are playing them too. They're hopping around town here in Vegas, betting the Clippers to win the West. And they're betting them, if they're under 2 baskets, they're betting them in a game like this tonight. So that's why it closed 4.5. But we'll see. I don't know. Again, that was the game in the early session, I think, at least to pay attention to. And then, the night games with Milwaukee and Denver. Had we had a regular squad, that would have been something. But, I mean, you, Jeff, everybody we talked about, Boston and Phoenix, I think that's a Celtics play. I know it's a road game, but I'm sorry. Phoenix. I got that one from our buddy Norm, Storben Norman. Sent me the text. He said, tell Wetzel tonight that tonight is the night to bet against the Celtics. take the points in Phoenix and stand by the window to cash. Now, that's the kind of text I get. I mean, I don't know what kind of text you get from the wife or the kids or anything like this, but I get these random texts, from different guys all over the place. And, like I said, Storm and Norman says, this is the night, take the points at home for Phoenix. What do you think?
Oh, so now he's saying take Phoenix, not Boston.
Phoenix against Boston,
yeah.
against Boston. Yes.
I like that. I mean, they're one of the worst, literally. They're either the worst or next to worst against the spread team in the NBA, the Phoenix Suns. They just never cover. Heck, even when they win, laying 2.5 the other night, they didn't cover, right? So they just find ways to not cover. But you're getting 6. That tells me like Jason Tatum is playing. Again, as we talked with Jeff, I don't know why he would. I really did. If the guy's got a bum ankle, why would you risk it? And basically an exhibition game. They're 5 back with 10 to play at Cleveland. They're not catching Cleveland. They're 7 up with 10 to play over the Knicks for second place. So they're not going to fall to third place. I mean, there really is just no reason for him to play if he's injured at all. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I would bet Jason Tatum under props. I got a feeling they're throwing him out there, like Jeff said. Let's see how it is. Loosen it up, see how it feels.
Right.
And then you watch him get yanked when things aren't feeling good, or even if they are feeling good. Like, yep, you know what? I'm good. But, all right, great. We don't take any chances. Yeah. Under Tatum props. But I think Phoenix covers. I do like Phoenix. So, Black Cloud play of the day coming up next.
Here it comes.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They are a street ball team. They remind me of an N1 team, right?
Yeah.
They are street ball fast, park fast, playing in the hood. They are no joke, McNeese.
Yeah.
They can beat anybody. They won 27 games as well for a reason.
It's a bracket. You trust the team to make a run. Feels good until it doesn't. And that's didn't feel good for all that long. Kansas.
Only on SportsGrid. That magical time of the year when everyone suddenly becomes a basketball expert. Highlight watching, mascot picking, bracket stressing. Sound familiar? Skip the guesswork with Bracket Central. Real expert picks, trusted analysis, and zero stress. Because choosing teams by mascot cuteness isn't exactly a winning strategy. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
And welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. 54 past hour number 1. You know what time it is? Our Black Cloud Play of the Day. Yes. Back to the winner's circle last night with our Black Cloud play. This is the play where, you know what? You double it. You bet $1, bet $2. Stretch it out,
There
and
we go.
even bet $3. Really open up the wallet because this one can't miss, right? We're on fire. Little bit of a setback. We kind of got messed up there, laying 2.5 and the team winning, unfortunately, on Monday. So back to the winner's circle. I'll tell you, Dave, we'll talk about it later. I like this Colorado team. Well, I watched that game last night because we had Colorado to win in regulation. Man, they're loaded. We got to find a way to put a couple shekels on them now. So Colorado wins easily. So back to the winner's circle, 16-3 with our Black Cloud play of the day. So where are we going to go tonight? There you go, little check, cha-ching, cha-ching. We're going to go to college basketball. The games are limited, with not that many games in the NHL or NBA, right? So, and we already used the one in hockey, so I don't like to double down too often. So we're going to go to college basketball. We're going to go to the NIT.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're going to use over. I know this is going against the grain, but you got to do that sometimes. We're going to go over 154.5 UAB UC Irvine. Now, this opened up, Dave, 158.5, or at least I saw it as high as that. It may have opened up even higher than that. So we're going against the grain, hence opposite picks. But I will tell you, UAB, 10 of their last 13 games have had 150 or more points.
Look at this.
Non-NCAA tournament games, which this obviously is NIT game, 25 overs, 11 unders with one push. Over 2-to-1 ratio overs. Because these teams, they don't care. They're out there throwing the ball. Let's go have some fun, boys. Go ahead, go get 20 points. Who cares? So throw that in there with the UAB. We could put 80, 90 points on the board like it's nobody's business. UC Irvine does that every once in a while as well. You know what? Like I said, you got to go against the grain every once in a while. Over 154.5 UAB, UC Irvine, NIT.
I got to be perfectly honest. I didn't even realize this game was being played tonight. Yeah, I didn't. I was focused on the basketball for tomorrow, the NBA for tonight. I kind of just skipped right over. This would be one of those ones where you catch me off guard if I'm working in the book and you come up and go, "Give me this, Irvine over." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about." And what game is that? What's the number? 154.5, man. Give me that. Okay. Then you walk away and I go, maybe this guy knows something. How about that? Who's betting that? Right. This is a gambler special right here. Although it's up to 156. Current number paid at about 156 out west here. So got a good number. Let's get it home. Right. Black Cloud play of the night. Like you said, been hot. You ain't needed the umbrella to cover for the rain. It's just been a black cloud that's just winning. So let's keep it rolling, baby. I like it.
Yeah. 9 o'clock game, too, Eastern time. So they're going to tip off here in a couple minutes, so we'll get a taste of this in the first half since we're here until 10 p.m. So it's not one of those you think UC Irvine's going to be at 11 o'clock at night. That's actually not. So, and, it's actually, I was going to say the first game is on an over pace, but it's about the same, 67-55. What's that, 122 points? 122 points. Okay. 3.5 minutes left with Loyola and Kent State. So, but yeah, we'll go with it. We're back in business here. So hopefully, I don't think they'll wait until that first game. It's not the same site. So I don't think they would wait for that game to get over to start this other game.
I would think that they would not. But again,
it's a
Loyola,
four-letter network,
Chicago, Kent State. I don't know. I don't want to put anything past anybody. I have no idea. Yeah. I do know that the Knicks are down 70-68 halfway through the third quarter. So that's flipped a little bit. The Raptors are destroying the Nets 65-51. Start of the third quarter there. A couple minutes in. Guess what happened in New Jersey and the Chicago Blackhawks? Another goal was scored. The Devils lead 4-2, 5 minutes to go in the second. And the Islanders have taken a 2-1 lead.
Nice.
With 8 minutes to go. Oh, Vinny! How about that? Bring it up. Goals all over the place.
Horn. I get tweets all the time. Where's your horn? Get the horn back. And,
the horn.
You got to tune. Then we got to tune it up for the Mets also, right? You just can't throw the horn out there without a little tune-up with the Mets, starting.
Mets.
So
hold on the Mets. Save the Mets for next week when we get back together. Mets next week.
Yeah, we can get this to be 2-2 after 2 with Islanders Vancouver. Now we're in business. All right, in-game live, hour number 2, coming up next.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
They are a street ball team. They remind me of an N1 team, right?
Yeah.
They are street ball fast, park fast, playing in the hood. They are no joke, McNeese.
Yeah.
They can beat anybody. They won 27 games as well for a reason.
It's a bracket. You trust the team to make a run. Feels good until it doesn't. And that's didn't feel good for all that long with Kansas.
Only on SportsGrid. That magical time of the year when everyone suddenly becomes a basketball expert. Highlight watching, mascot picking, bracket stressing. Sound familiar? Skip the guesswork with Bracket Central. Real expert picks, trusted analysis, and zero stress. Because choosing teams by mascot cuteness isn't exactly a winning strategy. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of thoughts.
18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
And welcome in. It's in-game live game day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, and hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza. Busy slate, not a lot, but a little smorgasbord. Not enough for everybody, but a little something. A little NBA, we got a little hockey, we got a little college basketball, obviously the NCAA tournament. Baseball starting tomorrow. We'll go over some of our season props that we're going to have some fun with this season. So it should be a lot of fun there, Dave. Just to update things before we get to the little baseball, Devil will start NHL. Devils still 4-2 over the Blackhawks, late second period. Islanders still 2-1 over the Canucks. That's midway through, 6.5 minutes left to go. If we have one more Vancouver goal, then the over 4.5 we gave out's going to hit. So we got a period and 6 minutes plus to get one stinking goal out of Vancouver. So let's hope the Canucks can at least do that for us. Devils up 4-2. You can't really bet that. 8.5. I don't know if you want to go 9.5. And the under is too heavily juiced for my world, minus 154. So unfortunately, the other 2 hockey games don't start for another hour. So Dallas, Edmonton, Boston, and Anaheim. So we talked about that.
Yep.
NBA, Knicks hanging tough with your Clippers, 72 all.
Yep.
I will say
it's going to be a good game back and forth. I just got an alert from my buddy Storm and Norman. That total is now 158. The Black Cloud play of the night total is 158.
Listen, what
now,
can I tell you?
I'm just saying, this is one of those things. Like I tell everybody, they're watching the show in all parts of the world. This SportsGrid is everywhere. Okay, and people down south, up north, all over, East Coast, West Coast, Las Vegas, New York City, New Jersey, wherever you're at, they're watching it. Wetzel gives it out. Black Cloud play tonight has been on fire, like sizzling hot, and now it's 158. So, coincidence? I think not. I'm just saying.
I think not. We move lines here on in-game live. What can I tell you, right? All the time. So would I not play it at 158.5? No, I'd still. I mean, it's not like I'm playing the over because I think it's going to hit the 155 or 157, right? I'm thinking it's getting into the 160s. So anyway,
oh my!
So hopefully
another
Vancouver goal. Vancouver goal. Oh, how about that? Oh, are we on fire here or what?
Goodness.
Over 4.5 hits. 2-2.
0-0 after one. Over second period. Over 4.5. It's 2-2. And there's 6 minutes to go in the second period. Having a night. Wetzel, we're having a night. It's looking
having
good.
a night.
What a show. What a show. Have a night. Speaking of having a night, what about having a day tomorrow? I brought the baseball. Oh, you got baseball plays?
Yes.
I brought the baseball.
I got some baseball plays.
Give it to people.
I had I had a bunch of over-unders. I threw one out because I had the Pittsburgh Pirates thrown in there. But I said if a Pirate fan doesn't think they're going to go over their number, then I'm going to stay away from that.
A little worried.
So,
a little worried.
Yeah. Let's start at the top. World Series. Listen, I know this is dopey, but ultimately, is anyone beating the LA Dodgers? I got the Dodgers at plus 240, Dave. Listen, look at it this way. If you went to an investor and said, here's $100, and the investor said, all right, I'll tell you what, in 7 months, I'll give you $240 plus your 100. Would you invest with me? Yeah, you're going to, 1.5 times my money in 7 months. Where do I sign? That's kind of with the Dodgers. Yeah, that's what you're doing with the Dodgers. I know it's not a lot. It's not 5-1, 6-1, 10-1. And baseball season is so darn long, right? But think of it as an investment. You're putting down whatever you're putting down, and you're going to get 2.5 times your money. So give it the Dodgers over my Red Sox. I'm going to buy in on Boston this year. It's been a few years since I really bought in this dopey team, but everyone else seems to be buying in. So, and they're willing to spend some money, I would think, if they were contending and they needed some help, like in the bullpen. Dodgers over Red Sox World Series.
Whoa! How'd the Red Sox get on the other side of that equation, Wetzel?
Should be first? Should be Red Sox over the Dodgers?
No, but I'm just saying, how did you deduct that the Red Sox would be in the American League?
It's
the
like
American League
battle
stinks?
of attrition.
What?
Well, who's any good? I mean, the Yankees don't have anybody. They stink. The whole AL Central stinks as far as World Series, right? Houston, Texas, people like Texas maybe a little bit to bounce back. I like them to bounce back. I had the Red Sox beating them in the ALCS, but that's it. If you told me the field or, well, if you outside of Cleveland, who's any good? Even Cleveland's number this 82.5.
Detroit?
Not World Series.
Tigers not buying?
Not World
Minnesota?
Series.
No. Man. All right,
Not
so
World
if you're making a number, so when you look at that, and Matt and I looked at it a little bit today on Bostonian versus the Book, which airs tonight after Gabe and Cam. National League be a favorite of what over the American League right now? Because we used to put this out normally, at the beginning of the season and kind of adjust it as we go. But it was always minus 110 both ways. I mean, to pick them, right. Maybe minus 115 one way or the other. At the most, it would be minus 120. But if you're just saying what you said about the American League, if it's not the Dodgers, it would be the Braves or the Phillies or probably another really good team, maybe the Mets too. I mean, some of us dream about it being the Mets on the show. That's fine. But I think the National League will be minus 150, no?
I was going to say even 180.
Wow.
I was even going to go 180.
That big of a difference?
Well, if it's the Dodgers, right? I mean, and they had the year that we're all expecting them to have, maybe not 120 wins, but they're going to win 100 games. Yeah. And maybe they only lose a few because it's September and they're not playing for anything and they're resting guys. Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know who's really going to compete against them. I really don't.
The thing about that makes the Dodgers such an overwhelming favorite this year is the pitching. I mean, the lineup is tremendous, and the lineup was tremendous last year. But, I mean, they went to, openers, and they had bullpen games. The clincher against the Padres was a bullpen game. The games in the World Series against the Yankees, they won 2 bullpen games. They don't have to have a bullpen game all season. They are so deep with the starting pitching. And, oh, by the way, the best hitter on the planet may decide to actually pitch this year. So it makes it overwhelming. You got any season wins over that you want to flash for the people before we get to the break and maybe get to more after the break? What do you got?
Yeah. Let's. I'll give you 2 or 3 of my better overs. I love the over Cleveland, 82.5. This team had 92 wins last year. I don't know why. I remember last year, like the second half of our over we played, they only counted on them playing 500 baseball when they played like 20 games over 500 in the first half of the season. I don't know what it is about the Guardians, but no one has any respect for them with the boys in Vegas. You want to give me a team that, all right, they lost their first baseman Naylor. Big deal. I love over Cleveland. I'm going to take a flyer on the Cardinals, too. Over 75.5. When's the last time the St. Louis Cardinals won 75 games or less? I don't know. And, I'm going to throw a little flyer on the Oakland, Sacramento, pick a name A's, 71.5. They played 500 baseball, basically, second half of the season.
Over on that one?
Like that one? Over.
I like that one over. The other 2 I like under. But we'll get to more after the break. That'll be good. Yeah, I do. I think St. Louis has their worst year they've had in years. We'll see.
Yeah. All right, we'll see. We'll talk. I got a couple of unders as well. Some plays that'll pay you 250 to 1. They're coming up next.
So my team didn't win this weekend, but I still did with this app that's taking over the game. Sports Millions Pick'em lets you make quick and easy predictions. Pick your favorite players, go higher or lower, and you can still win big even if your team loses. Plus, the multiplier is insane. With just a few picks, you can win big money. So get on it. They've got a welcome bonus to help you start off your winning streak.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2. Just going over some of the baseball stuff as the season really resumes, doesn't start because we had the 2 games over in Japan, but for all intents and purposes, starts tomorrow. So got a couple of plays here, Dave. The thinking is, well, you can't predict injuries, right? Whenever you're making a play, well, you know what? Sometimes you can predict injuries. I got 3 plays for you here. Let me know what you think. Strikeout totals. I'm going under on 3 guys that I think have a pretty good chance of, hate to say it, but getting injured. Chris Sale, under 179.5. Now, if he stays healthy the whole year, he'll get 200. He'll blow by this number. But it's Chris Sale. This guy's had a healthy season in the last 6, and that was last year. To think he's going to go back-to-back healthy, not miss any starts, you know what? I'll take my chances. He gets hurt somewhere along the line. You miss a month, you're not getting 180 strikeouts. Kodai Senga for the Mets. This guy's a walking injury. I mean, he is just like if he sneezes, he's getting hurt. He's not getting 162 strikeouts. Give me under 161.5. And then Spencer Strider for the Braves. I mean, they don't even know if he's going to be ready for opening day. They're giving us a number 173.5. I got to go under on that because, like with all 3 of these guys, even if they are healthy enough, then they're going to be real conservative, right? They're not going to let these guys pitch, 7, 8 innings. You're going to get 5 innings out of these guys. So I like all 3. So I don't wish injury on anyone, but it's a gambling thing here. I think they're all 3 are smart plays.
Okay. I like over on Strider and I like over on Sale. Only because I got a guy who knows a guy in Atlanta, and they've talked about, spring training and how healthy they are. Strider's supposed to be way ahead of where he's supposed to be, and the kid is a workout fiend. So that under might be in danger. Plus, he's capable of those like 12 strikeout games. Sale, I think you got a better shot. The Senga one I really like. But I know you got an over in your back pocket that I know I'm going to like. It's nighttime in Pittsburgh behind me, and I brought the baseball, and I want to bring the heat. Tell me you got my boy Skeens right here, right? You got Skeens over.
Yep, I do. But we have an update when we get to that. Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver leads. They score. How about that? We got 5 goals in the second period after getting none in the first.
Pretty good.
Wow. Yeah. And they must have scored really, really late because the second period's over. So let me check the box score on that and see. Not that it matters, but just, when things are going your way.
Give the people the Skeens prop.
Right. Let me get a Skeens prop. So Paul Skeens, I'm surprised the number is as low as it is. I mean, 200 strikeouts is a lot, but they're giving you 209.5. I think the dude, I was all set to go against the grain and think, okay, second year round, people are going to have a book on him. Won't be so easy. But you know what? This guy's a special guy. I don't think it matters at all. I think the second year will help him just as much, if not more, than it will the opposition. Over 209.5 strikeouts. I think they'll take the gloves off him that they had on him last year, because he pitched at LSU and all the innings and blah, 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 blah. That's all out the window. They're playing for nothing. There's only reason to go to see a Pirate game is to see this guy pitch. So he's going to go 7, 8 innings, unlike those other guys. Over 209.5 Skeens strikeouts.
Man, that's one of the best picks you've ever made on this show. That is one of the best picks you've ever made on this show. That's tremendous. 23 seconds left in the second period, by the way. The Canucks scored the 3rd goal to get us 5. They had 13 shots on goal in the second period as opposed to 5 in the first. Listen, Skeens is back. The Pirates are back, baby. I'm really excited. I got all the hopes and dreams of at least being 500. That's all I could ask for at the beginning. If there's a down year in the NL Central, Skeens stays healthy. They get a win almost every 5 days, and they can do some things behind them between Keller and Jones, and he's healthy. Somehow fix the bullpen, score enough runs to win a lot of under games. We could be talking about the Pittsburgh Pirates all summer. And we'll be talking about the Skeens total. We're going to keep a running track as long as we're all still doing the show and everything. I would like every time Skeens pitches and we're doing the show, how many strikeouts he has on the season. We'll do a graphic. and what we need to get to 209.5 because we're on the road for Paulie to get 210 or more. I think that's a winner, Wetzel. I think that's a winner.
All right. Speaking of winners, how about this? Red Sox and or Mets, same odds, to score 1 run in every game before the All-Star break, 60-1. Yes.
What is this?
And then if you're willing to go for the entire season, regular season, at least just not be shut out, 250-1.
Blew my hat off. You blew my hat off with that one. I'd have put the dark glasses on. 250 to 1. You're trying to break the book here? What the hell is that? What is this? 200 to 1? 1 run in every game this season? What?
They're not going to get. I mean, listen, they could get shut out, but those are the 3 best lineups in baseball outside of the Dodgers.
The Red Sox are the 3 best lineups in baseball?
Well, at Fenway Park,
that's a bias. Come on now.
It's completely unbiased. Just completely unbiased, So, Mets pretty good. Braves pretty good. All 3 pitching staffs
pretty good.
Mediocre. They got to score some runs. Although, you always want to score 1 run.
Right.
60-1.
Wow. Wasn't expecting
All-Star
that.
break
Those ones
is about 95 games.
Yeah.
It's not 50-50, unfortunately. So,
no.
But if you're going to do the All-Star break, you might as well have a bite on the whole season at 250-1, right? For 60 more games, 70 more games, 60 more games.
I mean, All-Star break is a little more realistic, no? I would have felt a little better about that. I don't know.
Well, we'll do
both.
Know.
All right, that's fine. At those prices, you could do both.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's inflation.
You put it's like Bronny James. Put a couple bucks on it. At 60 and 250-1, literally a couple dollars. And if it hits, you never know. You never know.
Get the car fixed.
Here we go.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They are a street ball team. They remind me of an and one team, right?
Yeah.
They are street ball fast, park fast, playing in the hood. They are no joke, McNeese.
Yeah.
They can beat anybody. They won 27 games as well for a reason.
It's a bracket. You trust the team to make a run. Feels good until it doesn't. And that's didn't feel good for all that long with Kansas.
Only on SportsGrid. That magical time of the year when everyone suddenly becomes a basketball expert. Highlight watching, mascot picking, bracket stressing. Sound familiar? Skip the guesswork with Bracket Central. Real expert picks, trusted analysis, and zero stress. Because choosing teams by mascot cuteness isn't exactly a winning strategy. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
And welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave until 10 p.m. Eastern time. We got Cam Stewart coming up in about 15 minutes or so. No doubt go over some of his golf picks as he always gives us on Wednesdays and some NBA and NHL plays and everything else that's going on. So quick little update. So we're in the in-between periods. Vancouver and Islanders, wow, 5 goals. That's unbelievable. So the over 4.5 hits. They're giving you 7.5 now. Plus 195 if you think this is going to continue. It's rare, though, Dave, right? When you get like 5 goals one period and then you get like 5 more the next. They usually, for whatever reason, it settles down there a little bit. Devils and Blackhawks just started the third period. 4-2 New Jersey on top there. So, but let that 7.5 come down a little bit. But 6.5, I bet it, but not 7.5.
You got me involved in this UAB UC Irvine game. I just checked the score, 13-11 right. UAB leads. Yeah, it's tipped off, and it's down to 155. Well, it's actually at 155. Well, it just changed again. So they just made a free throw, I guess, or a two-pointer. I don't know. 156.5, 154.5. Keeps changing back and forth. So it's going to jump right around that number. You got a good number. That thing closed, like I said, 158. So keep an eye on that. Lakers lead 95-88 with a minute to go in the third quarter. You think the Pacers come back, take plus 5.5? Not a bad play, I think, right there. I think they do come back, cover the number.
Well, look at that number.
Sitting right
247.5. Woo.
Ooh. Yeah, that's high.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Both
the Clippers,
hit 100.
by the way, have you seen what the Clippers just did? The Clippers are now up 101-88. In 9.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The in-game number is now 12.5. The Clippers are 12.5. Telling you, you're going to see it. You're going to see it. We'll see it. Each night the Clippers play. We'll keep an eye on that. You'll probably wonder why are their lines a little bit extra, and you'll probably wonder why their in-game is moving a little fast. 40-29 Clippers out in the second. Outscored the Knicks in the third quarter. 40-29. So big run by the Clippers there.
Let me look at the Clippers schedule. They're still 25-1 to win the West.
Yeah.
Right? Am I reading that right? Yeah, 25 just to win the West.
Not
what
a
are they
bad
for the
play.
NBA Finals? 60-1?
50. Around anywhere between 45 and 50. Almost double the Western
got
Conference.
85.
Wow.
See, what's weird? FanDuel, if I told you that the Clippers were the 9th choice to win the NBA championship, what would most people say the odds were? Like you said, 30, 40, 50-1, something like that. They're the 9th choice at 85-1. No one thinks anyone outside of Boston, OKC, Cleveland is winning the NBA championship.
No, everyone else is almost 20-1, right? Last time I looked yesterday, it was everybody's almost
Cleveland's
right.
Yeah, Cleveland's plus 490. Next team is Denver 18-1.
It's crazy because this is where you see the divide. When the LA teams are in it, and Vegas is like, there's a lot of LA bias here. And sportsbooks aren't legal in California, so a lot of people still come to Vegas and put futures in and things like that. So the prices on the Lakers and or the Clippers, and teams like USC when they were good, and obviously the Dodgers price is probably the worst in the country that it is, here in Vegas, because people just coming over and betting them, and they're fans of the team anyway that live here. So the Clippers bias is real. I'm telling you, it's one of those things. We will keep an eye on it. That's a good price. 85-1 to win the NBA championship. Here in town, it's 60-65. Yeah.
Think about this. Their schedule, they have about 10 games left, right? So they probably beat the Knicks. Friday at Brooklyn, they're winning. Sunday at Cleveland, that'll be a good game. At Orlando, they're winning. New Orleans, they're winning. 2 home games back-to-back against Dallas. San Antonio at home, they're winning. Houston, that'll be a tough one, but that's at home. And then they close out at Sacramento and at Golden State. Who knows, whether that game's going to be meaningful or not for anybody, for that matter. But they got a chance, to really go on a serious run here. They've won 5 of their last 6, 8 of their last 10. If they head into the postseason, let's say they go, we'll just for the point of argument, 8-2 the rest of the way, and they go whatever that would be, 17-3, whatever it is, heading into the postseason. I mean, do you think they realistically have a chance? I mean, I think they could beat OKC, and if Kawhi stays healthy, which is the big if, right? I mean, can you really count on that? That's the problem. But I think if they win the West, then they can be good enough to beat the Celtics or Cavaliers if they're that good, right?
Depending on the matchup and the path, yes. I mean, 37-1 there to win the West on that graphic. I mean, just think about this. So the last game on this road trip is at Orlando, March 31st, Monday. They come home to play in LA on the 2nd of April. They don't leave the state of California again. That's it. They stay. They finish out with a 5-game homestand. Then they go up to Sacramento and stay there overnight and play the Warriors the next night. And that's it. So we got a shot.
All right.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They are a street ball team. They remind me of an N1 team, right?
Yeah.
They are street ball fast, park fast, playing in the hood. They are no joke, McNeese.
Yeah.
They can beat anybody. They won 27 games as well for a reason.
It's a bracket. You trust the team to make a run. Feels good until it doesn't. And that's didn't feel good for all that long. Kansas.
Only on SportsGrid. That magical time of the year when everyone suddenly becomes a basketball expert. Highlight watching, mascot picking, bracket stressing. Sound familiar? Skip the guesswork with Bracket Central. Real expert picks, trusted analysis, and zero stress. Because choosing teams by mascot cuteness isn't exactly a winning strategy. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave Sharapan until 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We got Cam Stewart coming up here in about 10 minutes or so. Our Black Cloud play of the day. Not bad. We've yet to hit the 10-minute mark, and I'm actually surprised. Well, there it goes. All right. Sometimes they're a little late. So we have over 40 points with 10.5 minutes left, Dave. So I like to play the split game here. So we got 40 and 40, and then 40 and 40. That's 160 points. So they were giving you 158 a moment ago, but now here at FanDuel anyway, it's finally at 160.5. So we're right up, 41 points first 10 minutes for a Black Cloud. I would take that. If you would have told me you could have that amount before the game started, I'd say okay, definitely like that.
You just divulged this little secret on how to figure out the pace of play and what the number usually is. The 10-minute mark, the half-point mark, the 10-minute mark of the second half, and then the game final. So, yes, for the mathematicians out there, it's times 4. So 40 and 4 units, 4 portions of the game comes to 160.5. Boom, guess what the in-game total is? 160 or 161.5. Good job, Wetzel. So we're ahead of pace for 154.5. That's good. We're ahead of pace in the hockey. It's still 4-2, third period. Devils and Blackhawks, we could use another goal there. And end of 2, the Canucks lead the Islanders. That's good. The other hockey games will get started at 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern. At the end of the show, the Stars and the Oilers, and the Ducks and the Bruins, which, again, is your same game parlay. I think it looks good tonight. We just got to worry about that shots on goal prop. That's the one I'm worried about most.
That's the one, yeah. How many people played the under in Milwaukee, Denver tonight, knowing that the Greek Freak was really not Greek, and obviously Lillard, who's out for the rest of the season, not playing, right? What do we always talk about? When these subs come in, man, they don't play any defense, but they could score 38-27 after 1. 65 points, over-unders up to 235.5. Denver's leading, so it's up to 16.5 too. Oof. But I think we're going to get points. Love playing the overs in these games. Love playing the underdogs as well. I got to admit that. But you got to line up without Greek, without Lillard, Kevin Porter Jr. Everyone's a junior. Gary Trent Jr., Brooke Lopez. Boy, how long has Brooke Lopez been in the league, right? Decent little player. Never a superstar, but Kyle Kuzma and Torian Prince.
I don't know. 234.5, 15.5 is the in-game number. Wow, that's a wrap. That's a blowout. The Bucks have not had the lead in the game. So the biggest lead of the game for the Nuggets is 15, and the Bucks haven't led yet. Will the Bucks lead ever in this game, Scott Wetzel?
I'd probably have said yes when you started the game, but at this point, are they going to come back so much and actually have the lead? Probably not. Probably not.
You don't see many wire-to-wire jobs in the NBA. This one may be a wire-to-wire job.
Yeah, this one might
where the
be
graphic, the graph is always like this, going one way, and it never dips below that horizontal line for the other team winning. So, yeah, this might be one of those ones. Wow, the money line is already 30-1. You want to lay 30-1 that Denver's going to win this game tonight? That's what the money line is.
Whew. How about did LeBron's record of consecutive games scoring double did that get snapped recently?
I don't know.
I think it did. Look that up, guys, if you can. You Google that somehow or another, because he has 7 points. How many consecutive games LeBron James has scored double digits? 10
points or more. Yeah. So
yeah. I think he got snapped recently.
Okay. Well,
but he only has 7 now. He's only got 8 shots. Luke is going for 29. Well, I tell you what, it took him a little while, but man, Luke is turning into a scoring machine. He really is. I got a good play for those tomorrow. Are the Bulls playing tomorrow?
The Bulls are playing basketball tomorrow. Yes, home against the Lakers. How about that?
Ooh,
yes.
How about that?
Yeah, and the Lakers are on a back-to-back.
Can we give a black cloud a day in advance since we're not going to be on tomorrow? Play. It's breaking the rules, I think, but just a little hunch play over Kobe White, Chicago Bulls point total.
Okay.
Ever since they traded
Levine.
Levine. This guy has been a monster. And I looked at his number, and I kicked myself because I forgot to put it in. He averages 20 points a game, right? And his over-under was 22 or 23.5 his last game. He's listed as probable for tomorrow's game against the Lakers. Here are the points he's been scoring, Dave, since the trade. 37 last game, 36, 35, 24. It went over, but still. 26, did have a 23 against Houston. 31, 29, a 21, 44, 25, 26, 24. It's one of the best examples of the books looking at his average. He averages 20 and says, okay, he scored a couple extra points, so, let's make it 23.5. And he's blowing by those numbers. right? I mean, I guess
Wow.
they say they can't make it 27, 28. I mean, how the heck can I make it 28 and a half when the guy averages 20 and a half? But that's, I just gave you the last 12 games, basically. I mean, he's been putting 30 on the board like it's nobody's business. So, and one of those 36 was against the Lakers a couple of games ago. So if it's 23 again tomorrow, people, bet the over.
Play it.
Kobe White.
Right. That's a good play. Yeah, that's one of those ones that, from somebody that's been in the book as long as I did, if we just put up the number, nobody bets it, like we don't know. So it's one of those ones that you don't adjust it because you're probably not doing much handle on it. Now, if we put up 23.5 lost, put up 23.5 lost, put up 23.5 lost, then we would be like, okay, wait, hold on. We got to move this, and then we'd look into it. Or we just tune in the in-game live game day, listen to you say it, and go, all right, you know what, move the number. Like, listen, Wetzel just said it, move it to 26.5 and see if anybody bets it's under, because then we'll get the side. So, that's good information. Whoa!
Another goal! I hope it's the Islanders. Ooh. Well, it was 5.5 anyway. The 6 or 3-3 would have been nice. This is 4-7, but we're good. We're good.
Right.
So all the emails and texts that we got when it was nothing, and we're sitting on over 5.5. I guess I could have just ripped those all up. Yeah, because now it's 4-2.
Yeah, they go right in the can.
Love the
over. Just tell everybody to relax. You play 3 periods in hockey. Don't sweat it. Everything's fine. 4-2, 15 minutes to go. You think there'll be another goal? Wow. Probably another goal in the game, right? We're good to go. So we got the same number of goals of Vancouver and the Islanders as we do in the Devils and the Blackhawks. Which game do you think ends up with more goals?
I think Vancouver Islanders.
Okay. All right.
Just because both teams are desperate, you got an empty net situation for both. And the Islanders went 7.5 minus 108. You got 14.5 minutes, and you got the empty netter. I'm a little surprised. That's a pretty good number, right? I bet the over.
Yeah.
You need one real goal. Even if it's 5-2, I think the Islanders still pull the goalie. As long as it's, increase to 5-2. Right,
Cam's coming up next.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They are a street ball team. They remind me of an N1 team, right?
Yeah.
They are street ball fast, park fast, playing in the hood. They are no joke, McNeese.
Yeah.
They can beat anybody. They won 27 games as well for a reason.
It's a bracket. You trust the team to make a run. Feels good until it doesn't. And that's didn't feel good for all that long with Kansas.
Only on SportsGrid. That magical time of the year when everyone suddenly becomes a basketball expert. Highlight watching, mascot picking, bracket stressing. Sound familiar? Skip the guesswork with Bracket Central. Real expert picks, trusted analysis, and zero stress. Because choosing teams by mascot cuteness isn't exactly a winning strategy. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
And welcome back in-game live game day here on the grid. Oh, the Wetzel Black Cloud does work in mysterious ways. We bring up LeBron James, who doesn't have double-digit points, and he gets a three-pointer, and he now has 11 points. So much for that. By the way, his record, Cam, as we're welcoming Cam Stewart here, our good buddy CBW had it 1,290 straight games of double-digit points. I thought maybe, just maybe, because he only had 7. But yeah, he does have it. So
what's going on? Things are so bad on Sundays in golf. Like, my girlfriend has some stuffed animals upstairs. I'm literally talking to them and gonna say, can I get the Wookiee off me my golf pick on Sunday? Like, I need help. I don't care what it is, a fortune teller, a stuffed animal, somebody. Like, I got a giant Cookie Monster. He's gonna be in play. I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I gotta be honest with you. I just don't know. But there is good news. Like your Dark Cloud. Call me Frankie first round. That's what I do now. I'm done. Like, first round is where it's at. Dave knows, you know. So I got golf picks for you this week, and let's just say me and Carter, we're gonna go hit the first round leaders in the tournament harder, because on Sunday I can't deal with the misery. I know Gabe says sometimes you go for a walk. It doesn't matter if I go for a walk. I can't really go for a walk because I need to know who's making a move or whatever if I can hedge. That's the whole problem. I can't leave. It's like just being in a prison watching these guys just kill me. But Scott, to your earlier point before we get to the golf picks, I like the 7.5. If Vancouver or the Islanders score, so you get a 4-3 empty netter, we still got 13 minutes and 25 seconds. I'm watching the game right now. The Islanders just also pulled goaltender. Sorokin got the hook after that Vancouver 4th goal. Varlamov's coming in cold. We'll see what happens. But I like over 7.5. I'm already on Vancouver. I'm with you guys. This might be insane. Oh, Dave, you're doing it again. I love it. Like, I don't even have to call. I don't even call you or talk to you. Give me the duck. Donald Duck. Who's the rich duck? Scrooge McDuck? That's what I want to be.
Scrooge.
Tonight, I want to be Scrooge McDuck. And like Mr. Burns, put the money in the pile and just, he's just sitting there, Scrooge McDuck, counting his money. Scott, I'm taking the Anaheim Mighty Ducks tonight against Boston. I will lay the juice. I will lay the juice.
Look at the same game parlay. If the boys can find it, the same game parlay has this littered all over. We don't even talk
to each other. I can't.
Nope.
Okay.
Look at this.
Let's take a look.
Right. Look at this thing.
Yes. Pasternak, a point. Yes. That seems. Oh, Scott, you went with my boy Frank Vetrano, friend of the program, -102, and 3 shots for Uncle Frankie. I love it.
Yes, sir.
Scott, I'm riding your Dark Cloud parlay because not only Frank Vetrano is the most underrated guy going, friend, and I'll tell you, I love your pick. I will take them. And in the other game, I will take the Dallas Stars against Edmonton. I know Edmonton is at home. I just think Dallas is a better team. I'll lay small favorites tonight in the hockey. Mm-hmm. I got Jersey on a parlay, and I have the Vancouver Canucks +1.5 with New Jersey on the money line to plus money in a parlay. So hopefully this ends well. I'm sorry about my pick last night. I think I said take Detroit +2.5. Didn't they end up losing by 3? It's just Colorado's good, real good. So that's on me. But I got golf picks for you guys.
Give the people the golf. We got to do the golf pick. Let's go down to Houston. Houston Open. Give the people what they want,
because they're fun.
Let's do it.
Okay, Steven Yager. I don't know what to say about you. You're good early. On Sunday, you screw me when I think I'm going to have Jaeger bombs for my friends, and it turns into tap water, usually with tadpoles in it. But early, you're hot, 45-1. Brady Cannon's guy, J.J. Spawn, one of the hottest players on tour right now, 48-1. Scott, you going to the dentist, a little Novocaine? I could teach at 85-1. I'm willing to sit in the chair. This guy has been unbelievable. So under the radar this year, and he loves like a fast horse coming out of the gate hot. Sam Ryder, notorious Thursday player, 95-1. And I got one for you. Big Bo Hostler, where are we playing this week? Texas. He's a Texas Longhorn. He likes this track, 100-1 to come out of the gate. And I know one thing about Charlie Hoffman. He's a Thursday, Friday warrior, 110-1 with the veteran and waste management spokesperson, Charlie Hoffman. So that's what I got for the first round leaders right now. We got outrights. Pharrell calls me the prime minister. I'll give you a Canadian, Taylor Pendrith. A lot of people in the golf world like him this week. I do too. 45-1. Seeth Theegala getting a big number because he's not in great form, but in this field, he'll do well. 50-1. Jacob Bridgman, that was the guy who finished 3rd for me last week and should have won the tournament, but he just had a horrible double bogey to kill him. Thomas Dietrich, Brady likes him. I like him. And when Brady Cannon's on my guy, Dave, kind of like with the Black Cloud, I feel better about it. 55-1. Already won this year. Max Gracerman doing it for Duke at 68-1. And as I mentioned, Sam Ryder at 140-1 is worth a sprinkle, guys. That's what I really like in golf this week. Looks pretty good. Hopefully we can get a winner. A lot of top 10s and 20s with these guys too. Oh, do you guys go? Oh, fantastic. Gary Graphic. I'll fire through it. Tony Finau, top 20, plus 125. Scott Wetzel, he's so hot, he's going to buy a Ryan Ginger factory, plus 130. Thompson's Water Seal for those rainy days, plus 140. Victor Perez, the Pride of France, plus 130 for a top 40. Bo Hostler for a top 40, plus money at plus 150. And Charlie Hoffman, friend of the program, plus 165. Let's enjoy the Houston Open this week. We got one more in Texas. Then the beautiful harpsichord and Jim Nantz. Welcome to Azalea Lane. It's the Masters.
That was
Last one.
That was what I was going to ask you about that. If you had even started handicapping the Masters yet.
I
just wanted to tell you, by the way,
22-1, Dave. That's the only bet I've made so far.
Your man Pizzola got disqualified in that vote for using bots to fix the votes.
Yeah, yeah.
He's out.
That guy sleeps with AI bots. I told his wife,
he-
she's not even real. She's a cyborg.
Yeah,
Like, you know, at
it's
night when he goes to
unbelievable.
kiss her and she sparks. I know,
Something
Dave, I've known this
happened,
guy
so-
for years.
yeah, so
His database.
He got
it's-
disqualified. It's me against the notebook guy. So if you got to vote, go vote for that. Seriously,
Amazing,
so the
Dave.
games tomorrow, Thursday, okay, the baskets, BYU, Arkansas, Maryland, or Arizona. Those are the dogs tomorrow.
I like
Do
BYU.
any of them? If so, which one wins the game outright?
I like BYU and a contrarian play. I think Maryland can beat Florida. Those are my two picks. Arkansas,
Just
I
out
think
of
might be too
curiosity.
public of a dog, and I don't want
Just
them.
out of curiosity, will you be betting more money on the NCAA or baseball tomorrow?
Baseball.
Really?
I already bet. I bet the Yankees against Milwaukee, Blue Jays, Orioles with those pitchers over 8.5, and Cole Ragans and the Kansas City Royals with cheese minus 120 against the Cleveland Guardians. Let's roll, and I got more later. Let's have fun, everybody.
Wow.
Good luck.
Damn Stewart, top of the hour. Get all fixed.
Let's have fun.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They are a street ball team. They remind me of an N1 team, right?
Yeah.
They are street ball fast, park fast, playing in the hood. They are no joke, McNeese.
Yeah.
They can beat anybody. They won 27 games as well for a reason.
It's a bracket. You trust the team to make a run. Feels good until it doesn't. And that's didn't feel good for all that long. Kansas.
Only on SportsGrid. That magical time of the year when everyone suddenly becomes a basketball expert. Highlight watching, mascot picking, bracket stressing. Sound familiar? Skip the guesswork with Bracket Central. Real expert picks, trusted analysis, and zero stress. Because choosing teams by mascot cuteness isn't exactly a winning strategy. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen
Just a little
experience.
flyer, couple of thoughts.
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in-game live game day. Thanks again for Cam Stewart joining us, as he always does. He takes over along with Gabe Morency at the top of the hour over the next two right here on the grid. I'll ask you, Dave, what do you think is going to be bet more? NBA, or not NBA, but college basketball or first day of Major League Baseball tomorrow? Which handles will be bigger?
I think the college baskets actually, because of the time.
So.
You get all day to go put those plays in, and they're the end of the night. The baseball appetite is heavy, especially at the beginning, but it's not all the way throughout. Like, it will be big games, and of course Ohtani will get all the prop bets and individual pitchers, big names. Paul Skeens, the favorite to win the Cy Young Award. Pittsburgh Pirates will get the most bets, individuals like that. But overall, baseball will be more of the weekend thing. Like, the baseball handle will increase.
Right.
During the week, not so much. Weekend, yes. You'll be on this weekend with Joe again, like you always are. And, there'll be baseball on. You're excited about that? I mean, like, I'm genuinely excited that baseball start. I love the baseball season grind. And hopefully we'll have some different ideas here for in-game live and some new graphics and things like that for baseball. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Especially the first week, maybe first 2 weeks, then you kind of get into a little bit of a lull, like, oh, this season's long, right? And you get started the NHL and NBA playoffs, and then it kind of picks back up again. You have your little moments, but certainly the start should be a lot of fun. I am looking forward to it. So, NCAA tomorrow. A couple of lines are a little strange for me. Duke and Arizona. Duke's, laying 9.5. That makes sense. Over under is 153.5, Dave. Now, these teams met earlier this year, and they had 123 points. Now we're getting basically 30 points more. 124 points, my bad. 69-55. Duke won by 14 at Arizona earlier in the year. Different Duke team now that they've been scored a whole lot more, but man, that's a lot of extra points on a game that they already played that didn't even come close to that number.
Yeah. I don't know. First thought is to the over for me. I think sometimes I said it before. I'll say it again. This is this is the last time you and I are doing this show the rest of the week. So we got to get these thoughts out, messages out right now. Right. The numbers are as sharp as they're going to be all season. Last weekend, you saw it. The games fell right around the numbers a lot more than usual. This week is really, really tough. So don't be surprised to see it fall within a basket or two either way. But my first thought on that one is over. I think Duke runs them out, though. I think Duke wins comfortably. I think it's a double-digit win myself.
Me too. 27-1 is Duke their last 28 games. I mean, they've just been on fire. I like the over Texas Tech Arkansas 148.5. As long as Arkansas comes to play and they hold up their end of the bargain, and that might mean getting 70 points, I think that'll go over that number.
See, I think this is a rock fight. I think this is an ugly basketball game that is actually an under. Yeah. I think this one might actually fall within the number. This might be one of those ones where you take Texas Tech money line and Arkansas plus the points, something like that. This would be the one I would feel comfortable about that happening of all the four games, because ideally that's the best case scenario for the book when the favorite wins and the dog covers. Right. You get that middle spot. So that's the game. I think Bama and BYU is a dead over. I think that game flies over the total. I don't think there's a lick of defense being played in there. Now, that's a really high total, and it makes sense to play the under, but I'm already leaning over. Maryland and Florida. Cam just said he thinks Maryland can win. Do you think Maryland can win?
Yeah. No, I don't. I haven't watched that much Maryland basketball, but I watched that game on Sunday. I had them as my survivor pool pick. I did not come away impressed. I really didn't. Struggling like they did. No. I think the best bet on the board is Michigan State beating up Ole Miss.
Do you
Ole
really?
Miss played well. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Definitely. They're a mediocre SEC team. They happen to play well last game. Give them credit, but they down or blew the game against North Carolina. Michigan State's better than North Carolina. I think State wins easily.
Wow. I think Ole Miss money line. We're all over the place. We are opposite picks on the show.
Yeah, really.
That's your Twitter handle. Yep.
Orioles beat the Blue Jays tomorrow. Hey, boys.
There you go.
Which is a great place to be. Are you in the locker room? Like, you giving like the Any Given Sunday Inches Al Pacino speech? Are we there yet?
Oh yeah, I think we've been there. We're gonna have a long talk